A political earthquake is shaking the United Kingdom to its core. Peter Mandelson, former cabinet minister and longtime power broker, is now under criminal investigation for allegedly leaking highly classified state documents to Jeffrey Epstein for a sum reported to be $75,000. The scandal has rocked the foundations of British politics, threatening to topple the credibility of the Labour Party and leaving Prime Minister Keir Starmer scrambling for answers. And the fallout doesn't stop there. Starmer's government is now teetering on the edge of collapse as questions mount over oversight, secrecy, and who knew what and when. Welcome back to Solando Opinion. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for the latest explosive UK political updates. This story is evolving every hour, and the details that are emerging are nothing short of shocking. We're talking about one of the most significant breaches of trust in UK government history, with implications that could reverberate across the world. Peter Mandelson is no ordinary politician. Known for his strategic brilliance and controversial reputation, he has long been a fixture at the center of Labour politics. Dubbed the Prince of Darkness by some, Mandelson has served in multiple cabinet positions, including trade and industry, Northern Ireland, and business portfolios. His career has been marked by both remarkable influence and repeated scandal. He was once forced to resign over undisclosed loans and conflicts of interest, yet always managed to return to power, demonstrating his unmatched ability to navigate the treacherous waters of British politics. But today, the allegations he faces may surpass anything that has come before. According to multiple sources, Mandelson is accused of passing state secrets, highly sensitive documents related to UK intelligence, diplomatic communications, and possibly financial operations, to Jeffrey Epstein, the now infamous financier with a history of global criminal activity. The payment? A reported $75,000. If confirmed, this isn't just a political scandal. This is a potential criminal case that could see one of Britain's most notorious politicians facing serious jail time. Leaking state secrets is among the gravest offenses in the UK. Under the Official Secrets Act, such acts carry severe penalties, including decades in prison. The risk is not just personal for Mandelson, it threatens national security, undermines public trust, and calls into question the oversight of sensitive government operations. Questions are now being asked across the political spectrum. How could someone with Mandelson's history of controversy be allowed ongoing access to confidential information? Who in the government knew and when? The political impact is immediate and profound. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who has carefully cultivated an image as a reformer and ethical leader, now finds his authority under direct challenge. Starmer has built his political persona on competence, transparency, and moral rectitude, positioning himself as a stark contrast to the scandals that plagued previous Labour governments. But now, that image is under siege. Critics are demanding to know whether Starmer was aware of Mandelson's alleged activities, and if not, why proper oversight mechanisms failed so spectacularly. Opposition leaders have wasted no time seizing on the controversy. Conservative MPs are calling for an immediate inquiry into Mandelson's actions and questioning the competence of the Prime Minister. Some are already hinting at the possibility of a vote of no confidence, arguing that Starmer cannot remain in office if he cannot ensure the integrity of his own government. Meanwhile, within Labour, murmurs of unease are growing. Party insiders fear the scandal could fatally undermine public trust and significantly reduce electoral prospects in the next general election. Let's take a closer look at the alleged events. Reports indicate that Mandelson met with Epstein multiple times in London and New York during 2025. During these meetings, he allegedly provided sensitive information regarding ongoing diplomatic negotiations, intelligence reports, and potentially economic strategies. The transactions are said to have been facilitated through a series of complex shell accounts designed to obscure the transfer of funds, amounting to the reported $75,000. Authorities were alerted when irregularities were detected in access logs for classified documents, which led to the quiet initiation of a criminal investigation. The timing of the leaks is also critical. According to insiders, these alleged meetings and document transfers coincided with heightened UK involvement in global diplomacy, including negotiations with the United States on security cooperation, intelligence sharing agreements with the European Union, and ongoing monitoring of Russian and Chinese operations within the UK and Europe. If Mandelson's actions are confirmed, it's not just a domestic scandal, it's a potential international incident. allies and intelligence partners will be reassessing the trustworthiness of the UK government, and the long-term impact could be severe. What makes this situation even more explosive is the intersection with Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein's network spanned multiple continents, influential figures, and shadowy financial operations. Allegations that a former cabinet minister provided him with classified intelligence is unprecedented. It raises uncomfortable questions about global corruption, the reach of illicit influence, and the ability of powerful individuals to exploit their positions for financial gain. The investigation is ongoing, but early reports indicate that the Crown Prosecution Service is taking the matter extremely seriously. Sources familiar with the case suggest that investigators are looking at communication records, financial transfers, and witness testimony to establish whether a criminal breach of the Official Secrets Act occurred. This process is delicate. Public disclosure of details too early could compromise the investigation, but leaks to the press have already fueled speculation and outrage. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Starmer is navigating a political minefield. Starmer's office has issued statements asserting that the investigation is ongoing and independent, and that he had no prior knowledge of Mandelson's alleged actions. Nevertheless, opposition parties are relentless, pointing out that Mandelson's access to classified materials should have been closely monitored by Starmer's administration. Critics argue that failing to enforce strict oversight reflects poor governance and exposes the country to unacceptable risks. Adding to the tension, political commentators warn that the scandal could have profound implications for the Labour Party itself. Party members are already expressing frustration at the perceived incompetence in managing Mandelson's access to sensitive information. Grassroots supporters, who look to Starmer for integrity and transparency, are particularly concerned that this crisis could erode confidence in the leadership. Political analysts suggest that if the investigation leads to charges against Mandelson, Starmer may be forced into difficult decisions about how to distance the party from him, potentially even prompting resignations or cabinet reshuffles. International reactions are also mounting. U.S. officials, closely allied with the U.K. on intelligence and counterterrorism operations, are reportedly monitoring developments with concern. Any breach of classified intelligence, especially in coordination with an individual like Epstein, could raise alarms across multiple agencies, including the CIA, FBI, and State Department. The European Union is similarly watching, as any compromise of UK intelligence could affect cross-border security cooperation. The public fallout is significant as well. Media coverage has been relentless, with major outlets portraying the story as the most serious political scandal in decades. Social media has amplified outrage, with citizens expressing disbelief that a figure as influential as Mandelson could allegedly jeopardize national security for personal financial gain. Polling data indicates a sharp decline in confidence for the government, with many voters questioning whether Starmer's leadership can survive the crisis. The allegations also raise broader questions about the security of classified information in the UK. If a former cabinet minister could allegedly transfer sensitive documents for financial reward, what does that mean for current protocols? Are intelligence services sufficiently protected against insider threats? Experts are calling for immediate reviews and reforms to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. Adding complexity, the investigation has revealed tensions within the Labour Party itself. While Starmer seeks to project calm and control, some senior figures are reportedly frustrated at the lack of clarity and slow pace of internal investigations. Leaks to the media suggest internal disagreements over how to handle Mandelson's status and whether public statements should be made before charges are formally laid. These dynamics could weaken Starmer's authority if not managed carefully. As for Peter Mandelson, he has issued a brief statement denying wrongdoing, emphasizing that he has always acted in the best interests of the United Kingdom and that any allegations are unfounded. Legal experts caution that while a public statement can influence perception, it does not carry weight in the ongoing investigation. Courts and prosecutors will focus on evidence, including documented transfers, access logs, and witness testimony. What happens next is critical. If the investigation confirms the allegations, Mandelson could face criminal prosecution under the Official Secrets Act, potentially leading to significant prison time. The scandal would dominate headlines, likely causing further political instability. Starmer would be forced to make high-stakes decisions regarding his cabinet, party leadership, and public messaging to preserve credibility. The opposition will seize every opportunity to portray the government as weak and untrustworthy. Beyond domestic politics, there are international implications. Epstein's network extended to the United States, the Middle East, and Europe. If Mandelson provided him with sensitive UK intelligence, this could affect diplomatic relations, intelligence sharing agreements, and ongoing counterterrorism cooperation. Allies may demand assurances that classified materials are protected and that no systemic vulnerabilities exist within the UK's government. Analysts are already weighing potential outcomes. Some argue that the scandal could prompt an early general election if public trust collapses. Others suggest that Starmer may survive politically by taking decisive action against Mandelson, while emphasizing transparency and accountability. Either way, this is a moment of unprecedented political tension in modern UK history. In Parliament, debates are expected to be heated. Opposition MPs are preparing questions, motions, and calls for inquiries. Labour backbenchers may feel pressure to respond publicly, even if they privately support Starmer. The dynamics within the House of Commons will be tense, with media coverage scrutinizing every statement, every facial expression, and every political maneuver. Public perception will also play a crucial role. Opinion polls suggest a growing skepticism toward the government, and if these numbers continue to deteriorate, Starmer could find himself under pressure from both voters and party insiders. Maintaining public confidence will require careful communication, decisive action, and visible commitment to transparency. For now, the story is still developing. Investigators continue to review evidence, interview witnesses, and trace financial transactions. Political analysts are predicting weeks of uncertainty, with new developments potentially emerging daily. One thing is certain, the UK is witnessing a scandal that could redefine its political landscape for years to come. Peter Mandelson's alleged actions, Keir Starmer's response, and the broader implications for national security, public trust, and international relations make this one of the most significant political crises in modern British history. Every development matters, every statement counts, and every decision could have far-reaching consequences. This is not just another political scandal. This is a full-blown constitutional crisis, an unprecedented breach of trust, and a moment of reckoning for UK governance. With Mandelson under criminal investigation, Starmer facing intense scrutiny, and the nation watching every move, the next few weeks will be crucial. Stay tuned. We will continue to bring updates as this story develops. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for breaking updates on UK politics. This is far from over, and the decisions made now could reshape the political and security landscape of the United Kingdom for the next decade.